Hello, my name is Nicole Canis and I'm an aging life care professional at GHC Life Care Management, and just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about how Alexa and Amazon Echoes can help you, the family caregiver, when caring for an older adult. So what we want to do is help family caregivers find technologies that you're already familiar with and using in your own home and find ways to tailor them to help your caregiving experience. So the first thing that comes to mind with this past year is video calling. A lot of us have had to try to scramble to find ways to connect with older adults, to socially interact with them when we had to be physically distant from them. So this is a really great way that the Amazon Echo Show comes into play. I personally got one for my grandmother back a year ago in March to help so she could see I have 3 little ones so that she could connect with them on a regular basis. The Echo Show has about a 10-inch screen, so even her with her macular degeneration could easily see the screen, could watch my kids play, and the calling feature is really simple. You can either call from Echo device to Echo device using an Amazon Alexa app on any smartphone or tablet, and there are ways to integrate with Zoom and Skype, although that gets a little bit more complicated. When calling from Echo device to Echo device, it's as simply as saying, "Alexa, call Nana," and it would connect to her device. I also enabled a feature on her device that allowed me to drop in, so she didn't even have to answer. Now, there is some privacy concerns, so for her, she didn't mind. It was in her living room, so it was no concern for her for us to just kind of appear on the screen for her, but it worked out well because she didn't have to be over there to hit the answer button. And in fact, sometimes I'd drop in, then call her house phone to tell her to come over to the screen to see us. So it worked out really well for her, and she loved it. And after the initial video calling, which I thought that's all that she would use it for, she's alone during the days, I found out she's using it for a lot more. So she uses it for a lot of kind of social interaction and entertainment, which you can easily do with any older adult. She tells me how she talks to Alexa throughout the day. So she'll ask Alexa the weather, any news. Sometimes she's a TV show's on and she wants to know if that particular actor is still alive. So she'll ask Alexa. So she often tells me she talks to Alexa all day long and loves having her in the house because she can get a little lonely when she's there by herself. She also uses Alexa a lot for music. So we know music can be so beneficial, especially to those individuals who may be at home with their dementia. And sometimes MP3 iPod players can be clunky and hard for people to learn how to use a new device. Alexa makes listening to music easy. It's as simple as saying, "Alexa, play a certain song, a certain artist, a certain genre." My grandmother says she often just says, "Alexa, put on mood music." And that gets her through. So during the holidays, she had all of her favorite music playing while she was in the house cooking. Another great way that Alexa helps too is reminders. So I was talking to a caregiver whose wife, due to dementia, had stopped remembering to drink enough fluids throughout the day. He would constantly remind her, but she just wouldn't do it because he was nagging her. She didn't want to listen to him. So he set up reminders with Alexa, and she listened to her. So Alexa would simply come on and say, "Did you remember to drink water?" And she'd go over and she'd take a sip of the water. Now, if her husband tried that, she'd usually get aggravated and a little mad at him. But with Alexa doing it, her fluid intake increased quite substantially. You can also use Alexa to do reminders for simple medications. A lot of us get bogged down with trying to remember what medication to take when, or you just get going throughout the day and you totally forget. Alexa can simply come on at 9 o'clock and say, "Did you remember to take your medication?" Remind you to go over to your pill box and take those pills for that time. Another great thing that you can do with Alexa is if you have a smart home capability. So this is when you can tell Alexa to turn on your lights or close the shades. But something great that you can do with Alexa is routines. So this can also be beneficial. Let's say in the evening, you can just say, "Alexa, good evening." All your shades come down, your lights go up, and maybe a great playlist starts to play. So if you do have someone at home with a dementia who's sundowning, you can kind of get ahead of that with just a simple phrase, and Alexa does it all for you. There's also a new feature that Alexa has just started, which is called the Caregiver Hub. So this is a way for caregivers to passively monitor someone in their home without having to have intrusive video cameras. So think of it as a nice way to have a little bit of peace of mind to make sure the person's okay, but you're not invading their privacy by having video cameras installed in their home. So what the Alexa Hub is it's a simple app that you, the caregiver, have on your integrated into the Alexa app on your phone, and it just lets you know what kinds of interactions are happening on the individual's Alexa in their home. So for example, it will tell you there hasn't been any activity on Alexa by 10 o'clock. So maybe that makes you think there's a concern and I should pick up the phone and call mom because she typically interacts with Alexa by 9 at the very latest. It can tell you, they had a reminder throughout the day, what they've been doing. It also allows Alexa to automatically call emergency contacts if the individual asks for help. So all the individual has to say is Alexa help, and it'll automatically contact you if you're the emergency contact, and let you know that the person's in trouble. So it's not going to solve all safety concerns for someone, but a little bit of a way to give you a check-in and slight peace of mind, just knowing the person's up and moving for the day. It also has easy features to drop in and call that person through the Care Hub, a little bit of a shortcut to make it easier for you, the caregiver. So all in all, what Amazon Alexa can do is really help you with some of your caregiving responsibilities. We know family caregiving is rewarding, but it's stressful and it's time consuming, and we don't want you to burn out. So it's finding ways to use technologies you're already comfortable with just to help ease some of your responsibilities.